Welcome back. The company in focus is MOIL. The company recorded its best ever production in a fiscal year since inception. Production jumped by 35% on a year-on-year basis at 17.56 lakh tons. We have Ajit Kumar Saxena, the Chairman and Managing Director of MOIL, joining us now to discuss further. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you so much for joining us here. First up, take us through the headlines of FY24. Give us a sense of production, supply, as well as demand on ground.
But the production was around 17.56 lakh ton, 1.75 million ton, registering a growth of around 35% over CPLY. Sales was also good, around 15.3 lakh ton. That is growth of 30%. And there's still manganese is being imported. There's a lot of potential for MOIL to produce more and more.
Mr. Saxena, that was going to be my next question. You had indicated there'll be a growth of 20% in FY24. You've done better than that. Sales volume growth has been around 30%. What is the outlook for FY25 now that you're saying a lot of it is still being imported, so there is more growth available? So what kind of growth levels are you looking at when it comes to volumes for FY25?
At least 15%.
15%. Is it because of a higher base that is just 15% this time?
Definitely, it is because of a higher base, and we have just started. Last year we started with 20% and reached 35%. Let us see what happens this year.
So there is a possibility there could be an upward revision to this 15% as well, according to you?
Definitely. If we do better, then we will definitely be reviewing it. Last year we started with 20% and we ended up at 35%. Because we continuously we kept on reviewing.
Okay, sir. So now talk to us about EMD. EMD, what is the guidance? We believe it's of a lower base, but we also understand that it has a tremendous potential as it goes into batteries. So give us a sense of that particular business.
Look, this year we have registered, I think, the highest production since inception. I can say the very old plant is capacity of 1500 ton. We have produced around 1400, something 1413, if the figures are correct. So this year we expect to reach 100% capacity or a little more than that.
Okay. This was about the capacity on EMD. Can you give us a sense of what is the outlook on manganese ore prices? And most importantly, how have they changed in Q4 versus Q3? And I know not many days in April, but what are the trends suggesting? Where could it go from here on?
Look, it would be fluctuating. But it seems that it will not go further down. So I expect nearly same price trend what we had in the last 6 months.
Okay, so was Q4 steady? It was equal to what you saw in Q3?
Yeah, almost.
In absolute terms, Mr. Saxena, can you give us that number just for the understanding of our viewers as well? How much was it?
Right now it is for 37%, it is around $3.95.
Okay, sir. So we understand that when you're talking about the commodity sector and commodity prices, they've been fluctuating quite significantly. So you've given us a guidance in terms of the prices. Also, now going forward FY25, how do you expect prices to pan out? You've given us a 15% volume growth guidance. Can you also give us a sense of what kind of top line, margins and bottom line growth we can expect in FY25?
Look, domestic steel production and consumption is showing a positive trend. So, and also India is importing. So for MOIL, it is not an issue. Overall, global steel production last year it was around 1.8% growth. This year also it is predicted 1.8 or 1.9% growth. So maybe globally the consumption remains same, but within country it is going to increase. And at least MOIL will have margins. Because on an average for last 4 years, we have imported around 5 million ton every year.
So will you be able to maintain that 29% margin mark is what my colleague is asking. What is the outlook in FY25 that you have in terms of a top line growth and also in terms of your bottom line growth?
It will be 15% also in volumes. And price fluctuation, as I have said, it will remain there. So it's difficult to guess the other figure, but volume growth we can definitely is something what we can control. And what about
yes, we do take that point. Prices keep fluctuating, and that is not something that you will be able to address or guide for as well. But what about margins? Is there a steady state that you're looking at? 29% in Q3. What is the outlook going forward?
It is nearly same, 22% or so.
Okay, 29 to 30%. Got it.
Okay, sir. Sir, we also want to understand currently what is the cash that you have on books? Would you be looking at a buyback sometime in the near future? Do you have a dividend policy in place? And also, what is the kind of capex that you have lined up for FY25? Basically, what we want to understand is how will you utilize the cash on your books?
Capex last year, I mean 23-24, over 22-23, we did around 20% growth. We did some 245 crores in 22-23 and around 300 crores part in 23-24. This year, we expect nearly same, maybe 4 to 5% hike. And so capex will be around 300 to 310 crores also.
Okay, 300 to 310 crores will be the capex that you'll have this time around. Can you give us a sense of what is the total manganese requirement in India and how much is the dependence on imports that has declined? Can you give us a monthly number? Because earlier you had said that imports have fallen from 6.5 lakh ton per month to 4.5 lakh ton per month. Has this number come down even further?
Till last year, the figures were, so you can say around 3 million ton is being produced in country and around 5 million ton, 4.5 to 5 million ton is being imported. So consumption is around 7.5 to 8 million.
Okay, I'm sorry, can you repeat that number, sir?
Within country, production is around 3 million ton. Okay. And on average, for last 4 years, if you take the average, it is 5 million ton which is being imported. So country is consuming to the tune of 8 million ton.
8 million ton is what the country is consuming, and imports have fallen as well from those levels which were earlier. So 4.5 lakh per month, it was earlier. What has it fallen down to?
No, it was 4.5 million ton last year, and before that it was 6.5, and last year it was a tentative figure was 5.5. So if you take an average for last 4 years, it comes out to be around 5 million.
Got it.
So one more question. I don't know, to what extent you'd be able to answer this. So we have seen a trend, especially in the last year, after the kind of rally that a lot of the PSU stocks have seen, that the government has used this to go ahead and conduct OFSs on these stocks. So an offer for sale has been done, especially in companies where the government had more than a 75% shareholding. We understand that currently the government has close to a 65% stake in your company. Have you heard anything about any upcoming OFS? Will the government use this as an opportune time to trim stake?
No idea.
Okay, so there's been no communication, nothing that has been given to the company from the government. Okay, last question. Just wanted to, get a clarity on the EMD growth. What was the number that you said, Mr. Saxena?
This year we have produced around, the growth is around 28%. And coming year, I expect it to be around 8 to 10%. I mean, the 24-25, I'll be producing around 10% more than what we have produced earlier.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for that clarification, Mr. Saxena. It was a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much for joining us today and giving us all those details. So that's the word coming in from MOIL, looking at a 15% volume growth in FY25, and in the EMD division, looking at a 10 to 12% growth. The prices, they have been quite steady in Q4 versus Q3. We'll do one thing. We'll slip into a short break. We'll get you more on the markets and stock-specific action on the other side. Stay tuned.